Tommy V in Michigan. He was on fire this morning.
Okay, thank you, Tommy V in Michigan. Yes, sir. If you share my prayers.
Tommy V's on. Yeah, we'll jump over there.
Tommy V doing great stuff over there.
Nicole Maynard. All right, ma'am, you have a warrant out of Williamson County for theft in a dollar amount that makes it a Class B misdemeanor. Bail set at $2,500. You may bond out of the Travis County Jail, but if you're unable to do that, then Williamson County has up to 10 business days in order to come and get you to transport you there to begin the court proceedings there. If for some reason they fail to come within that 10 business day period, then you would automatically be given a personal bond and released from the Travis County Jail. I don't expect that to happen, but that is a legal procedure if it did. There in Wilco, are you requesting a court-appointed attorney, or do you have, or are you intending on hiring an attorney?
Yes. I have to check with the Travis County. I was hope to use some, but I'm not sure that. For someone who's county, so just.
Yeah, I can mark down that you are requesting a court-appointed attorney. As long as you qualify financially, you'll be appointed an attorney there. And if you don't qualify, they'll let you know that. And then you can also always choose to hire an attorney at any point.
And don't I have a hold here?
Another hold? Is that what you said? It says parole violation. I don't know if it's a hold at this point. Let me. Okay, yes, it is a hold at this point, which means that if you posted the bond, that would have to be lifted before you would be released from jail.
And so when today starts, okay.
Today, yeah, and there, yes, you would still need to be transported to Williamson County, even with that parole hold. Since you don't have any, from what I can see, any cases here in Travis County. Okay. Cynthia Scroggins.
I will.
All right. You're charged with assault. That is a Class A misdemeanor. Bail is set at $3,000. It is a condition of any type of bond that you get released from jail on. That mental health supervision is going to be a condition of your bond while you're out on bond. Any questions about anything that I've said so far? Are you intending on hiring an attorney, or are you requesting a court-appointed attorney?
Court-appointed.
All right, thank you.
A few moments later.
Somebody had a question back there? Yes.
I actually applied for personal bond help because I'm on fixed income, and the person that you're accused me of doing something to walked by me, actually drove by me at least 10 times and called me an epic whore and laughed at me like, ha, ha, ha. And I finally was out there spraying my thing with iced tea, just plain old iced tea. And when he went by, yeah, he got sprayed with it. So I don't know how you can charge me with a felony assault. But that person went by me at least 5 times. At least 5 times I called me an epic whore.
Your version of what happened in the probable cause affidavit's version is very different. And I do have concerns, given the fact that that seems to be an employee there, this may be an ongoing concern for his safety and mental health issues potentially as well.
You can walk into my door and drive by. I mean, how's that a concern? I am the renter.
Ma'am.
Not just walking in my door.
Okay. If there is an allegation that he came in without your permission or something like that, you could contact police or you could talk to your attorney. Let me just finish and then I'm going to give you a chance to speak. You can contact police or talk to your attorney about that. You can also talk to your attorney about the personal bond issue, but only having a limited version of the facts right now, I am not going to be able to give you a personal bond.
Okay, how come I call the police when I've been threatened to not dial 911 anyway? And your police seem to come and drag me out of my house. They actually cross over and come in the door anytime they want to. So.
Okay, I can't go into all these past incidents, ma'am. I don't know what's.
You're the only one that's telling me I'd come up with $4,000. I live up $1,000 a month.
I believe it was 3, actually.
Tell me, Gore. And it's a felony. And all these girls got misdemeanors. I don't understand that logic, man.
Okay, you are charged with a Class A misdemeanor, and your bail is set at $3,000, and mental health supervision is a condition as well. And so just to be clear, I don't think I told you 4,000 before, but I'm just going to be real clear about what it is.
$1,000. And how much is that? That's $12,000 a year to live off. You want me to give you $3,000 to get myself out of a slime jail that I had to sleep in last night? This
All right.
is baloney.
I've already told you my reasons. You can talk to your attorney about that.
And I
Thank you,
recognize
ma'am.
your face, and I understand your reasons. Thank you.
Gentleman at Division 1, can you tell me your name? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Come a little closer to the device.
Oh, shit. No, you just got to press back. I'm not here?
Yep. Can you come, state your name for the record, sir?
Charles Wayne Diggins II.
All right, thank you. All right, this is State of Michigan versus Charles Dinkins, case 21044599701. Today is the date set for a bond redetermination hearing. Appearances, please.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
Philip Reagan on behalf of Mr. Jenkins, Your Honor. Wait, who's here for bond redetermination, Your Honor?
All right, Mr. Dinkins, sir, could you state your name for the record one more time, please?
Charles Wayne Diggins II, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Bond is set at $10, intentionally unaffordable. Mr. Reagan has the bond.
Judge, I'm going to be asking, and maybe Mr. Douglas can help me with this. Is there a remand on another matter that Mr. Jenkins has? Ms. Douglas, do you know?
He has another case, but I am not sure that it's a remand. There was
No, I'm
a
waiting for a
remand
personal
on.
bond on this so I can go back to the halfway house. Okay, thanks, Mr. Jenkins. Judge, I'm going to be asking for personal bond on this, so that we can get him back to the halfway house, Judge, where he was. I remember speaking to Mr. Jenkins a few days ago. I know this bond was from 2023, December, $10. So I am going to be asking for a personal bond of this, Judge. $10 he doesn't have. He was at the mission. He was working at the mission, and that's where he's staying as well, at the halfway house.
All right, Ms. Douglas has the bond.
Your Honor, we would be asking for a tether. Mr. Dinkins has multiple failures to appear in this case. His other case, he was at some point remanded after he failed to appear for a calendar conference. He pled on that case April 26th of 2024. So I guess he's apparently at the a particular location right now. We would ask for a tether to just try to make sure he shows up for court.
And Judge, I think
Where was that? Where was that case at?
That one's at Third Circuit, I think. It's 23-004605.
Can I say something? It's no case, Your Honor.
Don't say anything, Mr. Dinkins. We'll figure this out. If you have to say something after we're done, I'll put you back in the room with the attorney. I won't let you go without having a final word, but I don't want you to say anything that can incriminate you.
Okay.
And it says,
all right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Douglas.
what I wrote down is that he pled April 26th, but I think that's Third Circuit. I didn't write Third Circuit, but that's probably why I didn't write it, because it was Third Circuit 23-004605-01.
Okay. I'm gonna amend this bond to $100 personal. I'm not gonna put a tether on this. Mr. Dinkins is under court supervision right now. He's got every interest to make this next date. Is that right, Mr. Dinkins?
Yes, sir, I'll come to whatever court you tell me to. Unless I'm in jail, that's the only time I don't show up for court.
Well, I'm giving you a no contact with the jail as the place of the offense that this took place. So don't go to jail.
No, I'm
Sir,
not gonna, I'm just saying, if I'm in different jails, the only time I don't show up for court.
Okay. Sir, your next date is going to be, actually, no, this is fine. Next date is going to be July 25th. July 25th. Before Judge Bryan at 36th District Court. They're going to give you some paperwork with this information on here, okay?
I'll be there.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That concludes the hearing.
Thank you. I got a personal bond.
Gentlemen, that's on the 8th floor. I got you on mute. Could you unmute your device and tell me your name?
Dr. Bowie.
All right. Thank you, sir. One more time, your name, sir?
Dr. Nabawi.
Okay, State of Michigan versus Chaka Nabawi, case 2405-770601. Today is the date set for a redetermination hearing. Appearances, please.
Jennifer Douglas, P number 72748.
Right on behalf of Mr. Bobby.
All right, today is the date set for the redetermination hearing. Mr. Reagan Esteban.
Judge, I'm asking for personal bond. Mr. Nawabi doesn't have any prior convictions, Judge. The only issue we have, Judge, he has a pending matter for DV with the same complaint. Now, in this report, it talks about his father stating that his father's not going to cooperate with the prosecution. In the other matter, Mr. Nawabi is supposed to complete 8 anger management classes, and the matter was going to be dismissed. He has a review date in December. October 14th is a review date to have that done, to complete the 8 anger management classes. But somehow this case came about. But I do read the report that his dad says he's not going to cooperate. So I have, I want Mr. Nawabi to go to these anger management classes. I think that, I don't know what happened here, but I'm asking the judge, based on the information, to set the personal bond, just no contact with dad's father. And that is my request to the court, Judge.
All right, Ms. Douglas.
Your Honor, we're asking for the bond to stay the same. Mr. Nawabi poses a grave danger to his father, who is 76 years old, Your Honor, and the court is required to protect people, even when they're not trying to protect themselves, Your Honor. As Mr. Reagan said, there is a pending DV case with the same complaining witness. So again, I point out 76 years old, is supposed to be about 120 pounds, with Mr. Nawabi being a 6'2" grown individual. In that case, 23-04577801 SM, there was an explicit condition of no contact with his father, and yet we have him here allegedly assaulting his father, Your Honor. And so in the case that's pending, Mr. Nawabi is accused of shoving and body slamming his father because his father
This
criticized.
pending case or the other pending case?
Yeah, the one he has to do the 8 anger management sessions on in order to get it dismissed. There's a condition for him not to be in contact with his father.
Is that before Judge Garrett or Judge Bryant?
Your Honor, I don't know.
I believe it's Judge Garrett, Judge.
Does anybody know when the next pretrial date is on that matter? I'll look it up.
October 14th. October 14th is the next date, because if he completes the 8 anger managements within 6 months, then that gets dismissed. But we have this happening while he's supposed to be doing that. getting those anger management classes done. And Your Honor,
Well,
there
let's
was.
call Judge Garrett now to get another pretrial date. Can we call Judge Garrett to get a faster pretrial date? Because he needs to hear about this. This is going to be his case. Well, this case is not going to be his because it has the felony attached.
And Your Honor, I would just add that the reason
Yeah, you
this
can
is
get that.
getting charged, even though the father says he's not going to move forward, is because this is such a dangerous situation given that. And then there was a incident,
Resistance.
alleged incident before the other pending case. So the one where he has to do the anger management classes, the date of offense is December 24th of 23. On December 11th of 23, there was another incident where the father said he wasn't going to cooperate, where he allegedly pushed his father down the stairs. And so that wasn't charged after the father said he wasn't going to cooperate. Then the next thing happens and it's charged. And then we have him on bond in this case, allegedly assaulting his father again. So that's why this case is being charged, because this is an elderly gentleman and there's a concern for his life. And that's why we're asking for this bond to stay the same.
All right, I'm going to change the bond to $25,000 personal with GPS tether house arrest. Is not allowed to stay at the Montclair address while this is pending. So we're going to protect the complaining witness who does not want to prosecute on this case because they can't be anywhere else outside of that address. Mr. Reagan, is your client working right now? I'm sorry, sir, you're on mute.
I took myself off, Judge. Sorry. No, he's not working at the present time. No.
Okay, well then, house arrest is house arrest. Sir, your next date, you're gonna have a pre-trial on that matter that was scheduled in October on June 21st before Judge Garrett. And in this matter, you're gonna have a probable cause conference also on, actually, I take that back. You're gonna have one case before Judge Sabri on June 21st at 8:30. So that's Judge Sabri at 8:30 on the 21st. All right, sir, you're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Stephen Battle.
All right. This is State of Michigan versus Stephen Battle, case 240570701. Today is the date set for a redetermination hearing. Appearances, please.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748.
Hold tight, Mr. Battle.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir.
We got Mr. Battle here. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Reagan.
Philip Reagan on behalf of Mr. Battle. I am ready, Your Honor.
All right. Today is the date set for the redetermination hearing. Mr. Reagan Esteban.
Yes, Mr. Battle is 41, does have some prior, judge on parole right now. Working construction though, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Makes a good living, taking care of his 2 kids. I just admire, I don't know the significance of the parole situation, but I am asking for, I don't know if there's a parole hold on Mr. Battle or not, but I do think 10,000 cash is excessive. I'm thinking very thanks.
Oh, Judge, I'm sorry. Mr. Reagan, you're breaking up.
All right, one more time, Mr. Reagan. I'm gonna have to mute Mr. Battle right now. It's a little background, so go ahead. Try it again.
Judge, so I am asking for a very nominal bond. He is on parole. He is on parole right now. But this is a non-assaulted case. So what I'm asking the court to do respectfully is to set it for a nominal bond. It's a retail fraud matter. And an R&O judge. He takes care of his 2 kids, lives in the city. I'm asking for very nominal.
All right. Ms. Douglas has the bond.
Your Honor, we're asking for this bond to stay the same. Mr. Battle is actually a parole absconder, designated a parole absconder May 28th of 2024. He has a history of not appearing for court. I don't know what's going to end up happening with the parole case, but if that goes away, that parole issue, there's no reason to believe that Mr. Battle is going to appear for court. While this is retail fraud, he has an extensive history, and he's looking at prison time for this retail fraud. He has 3 prior retail fraud first degrees just from 2021, where he was discharged without improvement. 2 fleeing fourth degrees, 2021, discharged without improvement. He's got a pending case where it's case 20-044-16201 SM, where he's had 4 different failures to appear, and also had a tether violation at some point. And he had failure to appear after he had a tether. So I'm not sure why there would be any reason to believe that Mr. Battle will appear for court if his parole matter gets resolved. He also had a 2023 conviction for a CCW, and in that case, he had multiple failures to appear. So, Your Honor, given that he has that pending case where there's 4 failures to appear plus a tether violation, and then we have him absconded from parole, there's no reason to think he's going to show up to court here. We're asking for that bond to stay the same.
Does he have a parole hold?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Because I don't know if there's a hold.
How is he absconded without a hold? Let me see. 1 second. Mr. Battle, I see you got your hand up. Maybe you can shed some light. I'm gonna ask that you unmute. You gotta unmute your device. I muted you because there was some background noise.
Your Honor, the times that it was saying that I was in prison.
Have a parole hold, Mr. Battle? That's really just.
Yeah, I do have a parole hold, but those other times where it was saying I didn't show up to court, I was already in custody. It was not on my behalf that I didn't show up to court. I was already in prison. The CCW case I showed up for, every case I showed up for that I was available to show up for, I was just already in prison when the court days came up. So it wasn't on my behalf that I didn't show up. I was already in custody at MDOC.
And Your Honor, I would just say at some point he had a tether on in the one case. So he was not always, I can't say on every single day. I don't know. I can't say that on every single day he wasn't there because I don't know what dates he was in there. But at some point he was on a tether after failing to appear. So he wouldn't have been in MDOC, or else he wouldn't have been given a tether.
I was in MDOC from December of 2021 until April 9th of 2024.
Judge, I'm gonna check one more thing.
So that's at least, Your Honor, that would still leave at least 3 failures to appear.
I'm gonna set the bond at $10,000 personal. Mr. Battle, sir, you're gonna have to check in with whoever your monitoring agency is. This was relatively close to the time of this incident. Sir, your next date is going to be June 21st, 2024, before Judge Giles. It's a $10,000 personal bond.
Yes, sir.
All right, that concludes this hearing.
Yes, sir. Dave.
Figured it out, Judge?
What's that?
Figured it out?
I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Said
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Battle.
We did battle.
I didn't know you left.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Ring. Yeah, I thought you were up here.
Check on something. I was trying to go check on something with Mr. Battle.
We concluded Mr. Battle. I gave him a personal.
Okay, thank you, Thanks.
All right, so